When it comes to Lost Media, a show or any pieces that has any history behind it, while Nickelodeon and Disney has Lost Media as well, due to our popular demands, it is to see Cartoon Network's Lost Media into the cracks of dawn. And maybe one day I'll release Nickelodeon and Disney's Lost Media. Well, Cartoon Network did have a lot of obscure media, which is the topic I want to talk about today. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about 13 pieces of lost Cartoon Network media, for the better or for the worse. Let us begin. Baby Looney Tunes. Baby Looney Tunes is an American television series, and it was produced by Warner Brothers. The show is like the mid-1980s show titled The Muppet Babies, where it grew down to babies/toddlers. In this series, Granny owns a nursery and acts like stories to be fueled by their imaginations. The show premiered on June 3, 2001. It was on WB Kids from 2001 till 2003, and for Cartoon Network from 2004 till 2006. Reruns of the series stated from 2006 till 2010, and to promote a special on another show titled Uncle Grandpa's special titled Uncle Grandpa's Babies, the series returned in 2015 till 2016, only on morning blocks only, on the weekdays only. The series was ultimately canceled only after 2 seasons with a total of 54 episodes, and one special titled Extraordinary Adventures.
Incorrect! You little... You're nothing but a... I never want to play this game ever again! What did you just say? I don't know what the you're talking about.
In 2003, 2 direct-to-video puppet films were produced to cash in to compete with Baby Einsteins. However, production was complete, and it featured the same cast as the TV series, but the films were never released on DVD or VHS of any physical form or way. While Baby Looney Tunes' Musical Adventures was featured on a release of HBO Max since its launch, but however there is no information surrounds about Backyard Adventures, making this film completely lost to this day.
Total Drama Island. Total Drama Island, or reference as TDI, is a Canadian animated parody series that was released on July 8, 2007. Season 1 had a total of 26 episodes, leading to finale having a 44-minute special. The show is based on a parody of another series titled The Survivor. The plot would have featured 22 campers to compete on a series of challenges based on a competition to win $100,000. When Cartoon Network aired this series, there was a lot of censors on there to keep it up to the younger audiences. For example, in an episode titled That's Off the Chain, the challenge was to grab as many flags as possible, and some random branch grabbed a hold of Heather's shirt and was exposed.
Game over, Duffy!
Victory is...
In another episode titled Trial by Tri-Armed Triathlon, after Lindsay finds out that Heather was just using her for power, Lindsay ended up cursing her a lot of times and flipping the middle finger at her. The show was successful and was spanned to 5 seasons, including Total Drama Paktika Island. However, due to parents' critique to the show, and it was CN's 3rd show to have a TV PG rating outside of Sunday Parents and IGPX, it was given a much child-friendly show titled Total Drama Rama. The uncensored episodes are sort of found. Netflix removed the series from their library in late 2013, so it was deleted, and not a single trace of it appeared since. Only the first 10 episodes are found, and some clips of older episodes appear as well. Also, the disclaimer was removed from all the episodes not voiced by Chris McLean. Hopefully, the uncensored version can be found soon.
Regular Show. Regular Show was an animated show created by J.G. Quintel, who would go later work on Close Enough, and it premiered on September 6, 2010. There is a success of a Pacific style that nobody knew about. The episode was titled First Day. The episode follows Mordecai and Rigby during the first day in the park, but until everything screws up. There are 3 versions of this known to exist, one of which is titled Pilot Episode, which did actually happen, premiering somewhere in 2009 before the show even premiered. The second one that exists was a Season 2 episode titled First Day, where it's the enchanted version of its pilot adding new scenes, and it is the prequel before the first official episode titled The Power. However, there was a direct existence of an episode that hasn't been mentioned. Somewhere between the time frame of 2009 till 2010, one of which was to be a Flash animated, and the story was likely to be similar to the final pilot. Only 2 parts of the segments are known to exist, one of them which is Mordecai and Rigby playing punchies for a bowl of cereal, and the second part is a segment where they are playing rock, paper, scissors 100 times. A YouTuber go by Rebel Taxi explains regular shows Flash animation exists, but however, when the series was completed in 2017, not a single trace exists in the show. Wasn't the show intended to be a Flash animation? We have to find out by asking Quintel, who probably maybe knows the answer of why the Flash animation was dropped before the beginning of Season 1.
A Kitty Bobo Show. In the summer of 2001, Cartoon Network hosted their second Big Pick contest where a series of pilots would be voted upon, and whichever pilot got the most votes, Cartoon Network would automatically greenlight it. However, there was another show intended to be on the list, but it's pretty obscure. Losing the codename Kids Next Door was A Kitty Bobo Show. The show would have focused on Kitty Bobo getting a new phone to impress new people and pretend to have friends, but it didn't take long to catch on that he's just a loser. But in 2002, Cartoon Network asked a second pilot of the show to be made, but was cancelled for unknown reasons. Even though the show premiered in 2001, after it failed, Cartoon Network decided to stop airing it altogether, making it lost in time. In 2012, co-creator of Kitty Bobo Show, Meg Dunn, started a Kickstarter for another show titled Chloe and the Stars. One of the rewards for pledging $75 to this Kickstarter was a full PDF format of the original pilot storyboard. Some panels were shown in Meg's blog, but not the whole story itself. However, the Kickstarter didn't reach its goal and has been shut down, with only 3 people being known to have the second pilot storyboard, and none of them uploading it online. In March of 2016, Collier stated that he currently doesn't have the storyboard at the moment. And at some point in 2020, a LostMedia wiki user, Youngboy, contacted Megan Dunn, who said that she has the storyboards, and later was contacted back by her boyfriend, who sent the storyboard of the show. He also confirms that there are 4 stories.
Out of Jimmy's Head. Out of Jimmy's Head was a half-live action and half-animated show that aired from September 14, 2007 to May 29, 2008. The show was a sequel to the film Reanimated, which is about a 7th grade student named Jimmy Roberts who receives a brain transplant from a famous cartoonist. The antagonist is a man named Sonny Appleday who wants to steal the brain from Jimmy so that he can be as successful as his father and take over the world. The film received mixed and negative reactions from critics, in part because the film incorporated live action on a network that was created exclusively for cartoons, in addition to the weak writing. The show was the only show on the network to have been affected by the 2007 Writers Guild of America strike. The series was canceled after 1 season with 20 episodes in total. The show received a single DVD release, which included the first 3 episodes only. Episodes 4 through 10 were found by LostMedia wiki user Timime. Episodes 11 through 20 are considered lost in English language form. Currently, episodes 17 and 18 only exist in Italian.
Whatever happened to Robot Jones? Whatever Happened to Robot Jones was a cartoon series that ran for 2 seasons from 2002 till 2003, and the series consists of 2 segments that squeeze in the 30-minute time frame. The cartoon was noticed for mimicking cartoons from the early 1980s, in addition to many references where an episode was based on a Rubik's Cube. and the series was using traditional cell animation, where most cartoons were moved from computerized animation, which is very neat stuff. This is actually the official last show to even produced by using animation cells. Like cell frames whatsoever. But the first season where it happened to Robot Jones, the tuition character used a computer-generated voice that stood out among the other characters' voices, the exceptions of Jones's parents, also using computer generation voice. Series creator Greg Miller has stated that he wanted a true Semitic robot voice and researched a lot of speech programs during the show, even discussing the topic of Bell Laboratories. Contrary to popular belief, Jones's voice was not produced with McTaggart Jr.'s speech, was actually produced by using a software titled Microsoft Word 98 Junior Speech Text-to-Speech function. Mills confirmed this in a Facebook interview that he chooses Word because of controlling the speed and pitch Miller created by the Jones audio himself, even spelling each word phonetically for its pronounced correctly and adjusting the pitch to get the acting right. The executives at Cartoon Network found the voice unusual and requested a more Hollywood voice for Jones. This leads to Jones being voiced by an actual voice actor, Bobby Block. At the start of Season 2, in addition to the pilot and all episodes were redubbed by using Block's voice for reruns of the series. Episodes containing the original computer-generated voice are currently being sought out after fans of the series. The voice was made very early on production of Season 2. In addition to the original Jones' voice, there are other small aspects that are lost in the Season 1 episode titled Grub Spot. A post in the background containing the phrase "kick-ass" was changed to simply "kick." Greg Mill, the creator of the show, stated that he had a VHS recording of the computer-to-text speech for the remainder of Season 2, but it hasn't been released to the public. The only episode that is currently lost in Season 1 where Bobby Block's voice acted was an episode titled The Group Cisco. And there was even rumors that Robot Jones had two banned episodes titled Risk and Roboted Graffiti.
JBVO. JBVO is a spin-off of Johnny Bravo that ran on Sundays, and it aired from April 2nd, 2000 to summer of 2001. The show wasn't well received and lasting only a single season. The show would have been hosted by Johnny Bravo, who would take in viewer requests on which cartoon to air, and sometimes alongside other cartoon guests like Scooby-Doo and Chicken from Cow and Chicken. There was only one rule: it can be half-hour shows. However, there was an episode where this rule was broken. A caller who goes by the name Jennifer requested an episode of Dragon Ball Z, and it was played twice the speed through, with Johnny only giving expositional commentary, to which he later apologized for.
Okay, now back on Earth, those Namex dudes are recuperating. There's that guru guy. Oh, yeah.
The episode guide can be seen on the LostMedia wiki, where all the episodes exist. The pilot episode is godlikely hard to come by. Only 3 episodes were known to exist, as if whatever the episodes were released is unknown, as if they only ran once in its initial premiering, but it's not the last one on this list.
Hamtaro. Hamtaro was a series where they followed Hamtaro and his friend Oxnard to go on their biggest adventures in the world and meet other hamsters known by Hams. It ran on TV Tokyo from 2000 till 2006. The English dub was licensed by Viz Media, a popular media source where it does anime inspiration for media that also works on Crunchyroll. In the North American series, it was produced by Ocean Productions, and Hamtaro premiered on Cartoon Network block titled Toonami for the Daylight Time Zone, which is an anime where it actually aired on the Daylight Time Zone. It didn't last that long until it was transitioned to the Nighttime Zone. This is actually the first anime show that was actually targeted for young audiences, not counting Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. There are some cut things that didn't show the show, like heavily censoring any Japanese texts, like in the 4Kids, like Pokemon for example, and including an episode titled Episode 52, where Howdy points a real realistic ass gun at Snoozer was cut due to violence. The English dub was cancelled only after 105 episodes, and making the rest air in the English sub in the Japanese television series, making the English dub hard to come by. So far, only the first 25 episodes were found and uploaded by different archives, and none of the OVA specials in English were uploaded online. OVA Free is completely lost to this day, and there has been rumors that the Canadian television series YTV has remained missing episodes in the English dub.
Johnny Test. Johnny Test is an American-Canadian animated TV series about Johnny, his dog Dookie, his two genius sisters Susan and Mary, and their adventures in Pork Belly. The pilot episode of the series is quite different. The episode is considered a rip-off of Dexter's Laboratory, which is another show from Cartoon Network. The pilot was produced in 2004, a full year before Kids BB picked it up as a full series, and stayed there when the network changed to the CW before being placed on Cartoon Network later in 2009. There is very little information about the pilot other than the following. The episode was animated in Flash, unlike Season 1. The cast was mainly Canadian. Dookie was called Poochie, Bling Bling Boy was known as Golden Boy, and had a different character design. The only parts known to exist are a promo that aired in 2005 and 2 screenshots from the pilot that exist online.
Totally Spies. Totally Spies was a show that is focused on 3 girls working for an undercover super agent, acts as heroes, and goes on missions. The series began airing on November 3rd, 2001 on Fox Kids. They later moved to Cartoon Network the following months. Totally Spies was created by LostMedia and ended up a pilot episode for the series. It was greenlit to become a series. Despite its popularity, succeeded the show lasting 6 seasons with a prequel movie. The pilot has been resurfaced since then, and the only evidence of this pilot's existence is the footage that was used in Fox Kids promo, showing a few scenes that aren't seen in any other episodes of the show. However, there are some differences that can be seen. Alex wasn't Hispanic, and the art style was less anime-inspired, and it was used filter colors. Very oddly, sadly enough, only a short clip of the pilot is known to exist, and just a promo. But other than that, nothing more to be said. The Moxie Show. The Moxie Show was Cartoon Network's first original show, and it was developed by Colossal Pictures, and it began airing on December 5th, 1993, and it ended on January 2nd, 2000. This will go in between intermissions of Moxie, a goofing off living dog who has a crush on Melody from Josie and the Pussycats, and Flea, who likes to hang out and watch TV with Moxie. This was originally known by the Moxie Pirate Show, and then the Moxie and Flea Show, and then it was just changed to the Moxie Show, then the Moxie and Flea Show again, and then simply the Moxie Show once again. Changes were made for, like, example, the introduction theme song was changed, the time slot decreased from an hour to 30 minutes, and Moxie and Flea's design were completely different. In the 2003 an IGN interview, Annie Murder, who worked on the show, apparently talks about how Moxie was unpopular and unsuccessful with the audience despite how it has been in the air for 7 years. Reruns stopped on April 1st, 2000, where all the classic CM shows were moved to Boomerang, but this series didn't move. It had no home media release of any kind and hasn't been on either on Boomerang or even Cartoon Network, or even mentioning during CN's 20th anniversary, which is sad as if the Moxie Show was the first original Cartoon Network show. As of writing this video, only the sneak peek of the show is known to exist, and the potential spin-off of the entire pilot episode entirely is uploaded to YouTube and its full glory.
Meso Blues. Meso Blues is an original short created in 1993 by Van Partible for a senior thesis project that would serve as a base to Cartoon Network show Johnny Bravo. It started as a concept of 3 Elvis impersonators, but later was changed to 1 due to Van doing all the work by himself. Originally, he would fight crime, but later become a womanizer who wants to be hit by women every time. Particle's professor, Dan McLaughlin, loved the short so much that he shared the short to a friend who was working at Hanna-Barbera Productions. The studio saw the short and loved it so much that they asked Partible if he could do a 7-minute short cartoon with Meso Blues as the inspiration. But changes were to be made in order to show off to the What a Cartoon show that it would be premiering in, including the main character's hair color, name, and physical appearance and personality as well, giving him a James Dean-looking character that talked like Elvis and making the cartoon a success. Meso Blues, the original short itself, has not been released
Big Bag. Big Bag was the first live action that aired on Cartoon Network, where it's a short-lived preschool series that aired from 1996 till 1998, and this is to compete with another preschool series titled Sesame Street. In the first season, the episodes were an hour long before the beginning of season 2, where it was cut down to 30 minutes, but still had without any commercial breaks. A couple of facts of the show is that this show was taped at Disney's MGM, also known by Disney Hollywood Studios Park in Orlando, Florida. The show wasn't successful as if Sesame Street was just a lot stronger than it, and it canceled only after 2 seasons. But there were segments used and encouraged to watch it with a bag containing a pair of socks, 2 spoons, a hat, and a cardboard tube, where the characters in live action tells the viewers to take them out alongside with them. They would teach important life lessons such as cooperation, honesty, share, respect, and even friendship. There was a famous episode where there was a crossover episode where Elmo from Sesame Street came to visit Chiro, revealing that they were pen pals. Only 5 episodes were known to exist, and all were released on VHS. In March of 2009, the Big Bang episodes were uploaded to YouTube in its entirety by a YouTuber using known by Big Bang 9. Later on, all the Big Bang Beats segments were uploaded in the form of a Sing With Us video, and any known footage of the show the owners could obtain, including partial episodes. The rest of the series is currently lost to this day, and we'll have to see if there is any more episodes that was being recorded. It is highly unlikely that Big Bang has any recordings as of the years 1989. To sound like it, recordings hasn't been resurfaced since then, ever since the launch of Cartoon Network in October of 1992.